saying here? Oops. I'm also out of breath. Slow down there, sister. It's so great. Hey everybody, welcome to the Pine Cottage. My name is Nicole. This is where I talk about knitting and reading and simple living. Today I'm going to focus mostly on knitting and simple living. So if you are not new here, welcome back. And if you are, welcome. I am just going to go ahead and get started. I'm very excited today because tonight at midnight I am releasing my very first knitting pattern, and I am not a knitwear designer, so I'm a little bit nervous too. I decided that I wanted to release some patterns for Christmas stockings. My family had, they had store-bought, my children had store-bought Christmas stockings. I talk about this a little bit in the last podcast. And I had my stocking from when I was a child that my grandmother crocheted. I have mine and my brother's. I don't have matching so that me and Tony and the kids can all have matching stockings and have a collection. So I decided that I wanted to knit us stockings that coordinated, that we could all have the same, and they're pretty easy to then add on to as the kids find their people and have families of their own. So this was just something that I really wanted to do, and it has been a labor of love, and I am just very excited to share it with all of you. If this is something as you're watching that you're like, oh, I would like to make those too, I am going to put the link in the description box below for my Etsy shop. And as I said, these will go live at midnight tonight. So let me show them to you. I've included 4 different stockings. One is just a plain stockinette knit stocking. So there's nothing fancy about it. I have added a tassel to this one. You can add a tassel, you can add bells, you can add nothing, totally up to you. This yarn that I used is Kramer Yarns Perfection DK, and this was purchased from a D-stash from Svenja Knits, and I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with the yarn, and I just ended up using it for this. So this is just the plain knit one, and this is it. Now these stockings, and this is just a little crochet loop to hang it, these stockings are about 24 inches long. And I had someone comment on my last podcast, like, these are the hugest stockings I've ever seen. You could fit Santa in there. It made me chuckle because they are large compared to what you find in the stores. And I mentioned this in my last video. We are serious about our stocking stuffers around here. All I know is a large stocking. I never had one of those store-bought ones. So when I'm walking through the stores and I'm seeing these little dinky stockings that have no stretch to them, I'm like, what are these? Like, I've never had a little stocking like that. So if you're someone who's like, whoa, those are just too big for me, like, I'm not going to take offense. Don't buy the pattern. But if you are someone who loves stocking stuffers like I do, these are your stockings. You can fit some great goodies in here for your family. If you want to stuff one for yourself, go ahead. I won't judge. So anyway, this is the first one that is just the plain knit. So in the bundle, you will receive a recipe for just the plain knit stocking. I do not go into depth about embellishments. These are easy to look up on YouTube or wherever, or just to weave in some string with bells on them, whatever you want to do. So I just left that up to your creativity. But this is stocking number 1. The same yarn, but this is in a different color. This is in the colorway Fluff. And actually I blocked this last night, so it's still a little bit damp. This is the Winter Wonderland stocking. And this has little, they look like, the intention was for them to look like snow. I'm gonna hold it back a little bit so you can see. And again, it's the same size, 1x1 rib, and a little hook, so 24 inches long. I did a shadow wrap heel on all of these. The pattern is written for a shadow wrap heel. Feel free to modify however you see fit if you prefer an afterthought heel or whatever you wish. But I did write for a shadow wrap heel for all of these. So this is the Winter Wonderland. And it's still wet, so I'm not going to hang it because I don't want it to stretch even longer, although I'm sure my kids wouldn't mind that. My little jingle bells. I'll talk more about those later. The Good Tidings stocking, And this is in a beautiful brocade texture. And this one I added wooden beads and bells to the end. Again, 1x1 rib and shadow wrap heel and toe. So again, if you want to see that texture up close or farther away. The last one is called the Comfort and Joy stocking, and this one is also in the colorway Fluff. The brown color is the colorway Sand. And this is kind of a rib texture with a 1x1 rib, and then your hanging loop and your foot. So these are the 4 stockings that will be included in the Pine Cottage Christmas stocking bundle. And I hope that you will enjoy making them. I really, over the past, I would say month, have been working on them and just have really enjoyed every minute. And actually, in the finished pattern, I shortened the foot a little bit. So the 2 ones that are in Fluff are a little bit shorter than the Sand colorway. So I'm actually knitting these 2 again in a Knit Picks DK weight yarn. So I'll probably share those with you later. And then I'm going to gift these ones. So those are the Christmas stockings. And that's all. That's all. I'm very excited. I just have mine hanging on command hooks. They hold like 4 pounds. So obviously when the stockings are full, I don't put them on those hooks. I usually just lay them under the tree on Christmas Eve. That's what I did with the old stockings, just because even if you have those weighted stocking holders from the store, they never work with our stockings because we are just really over the top with our stocking stuffers. I love it. That's my favorite part of gift giving. So you do you. That's what we do around here. Thank everybody again for all your excitement around the release of the pattern. I've gotten so many sweet comments and messages about the pattern and just excitement building about when it was going to be released. I hope this gives you enough time to knit some stockings before Christmas. It really took maybe less than a week to knit each one. And that's while I'm working a job, taking care of my family. So I think it's, same. I think that is doable, but I don't know how many are in your family. We only have 4 people. So if you are someone with a larger family, it may be more challenging, but that's it. That's my baby. If you find any mistakes or typos or errors or what, please do not be afraid to reach out to me. You can contact me at hellopinecottage@gmail.com. I did not put this out for testing because I did not have to grade for sizes or anything like that. And it was pretty straightforward, but in typing, I edited over and over and over again. I was always finding something small that I forgot to add, or I misspelled something, or just I was always tweaking it several times. So if you find something and you're like, oh, Nicole, this doesn't make sense, please feel free to contact me. I do not mind at all. I wanted to talk about some Christmas decor finds that I have been collecting over the past several weeks. I am definitely someone who loves thrifting. I love finding pieces that speak to me, to curate my home to reflect me, to reflect my personality, to reflect our family and my style. There are a lot of things that you see or find in thrift stores that I would just pass right over because they do not reflect me. It's very personal to the person who's thrifting what they choose to bring home, because my style is not going to be the same as yours or the next person's. So when I do find something, I get really excited about it because it's not like you find something every time you go. I had a period of months where I stopped going because it's like work. It's not like it's an easy thing, because it can be frustrating. It can be really busy, especially one of the shops near us has a 50% off day. So sometimes it's very crowded and I don't like crowds, and I can get very anxious in there on those days, but that's the day where you get really good deals. So I decided that as I'm able, according to my work schedule, I'm going to try to go on that day weekly and see what I can find. I have a list of things that I'm keeping my eyes out for. So right now it's holiday decor, and I have just some things to keep in the back of my mind to keep my eyes peeled for. Also some things just related to my general home, like lamps or cutting boards or that kind of thing. I also keep my eyes open for potential gifts to give people. I don't always give just the thrifted thing, but I will show you some of the things that I picked up are to be combined with other things for a gift. And I think it just gives a little bit of a personal touch to whatever you're gifting someone and makes the presentation look nicer. So let me show you what I got. I'll start with the thrifted things, but I also picked some things up from discount stores or other stores that I liked for the holidays. I used to, years and years ago when I was like in my 20s, I used to just go to one store and buy all the things that I liked from that store and put it up on my tree, and then my home looked like Target and everybody else's home looked like Target. And there was no character, there was no like personal touch to it. And since then I've grown a little bit and I'm a little bit more patient and not so impulsive with my spending, and I'm looking for things that speak to me and reflect my style. Now I just pick and choose little things from a lot of different stores. Anyway, I'm off topic. Let's start with the thrift finds. I knew that I was looking out for some Currier and Ives plates. And I really liked the seasonal plates, the summer, fall, autumn, or summer, autumn, winter, and spring plates. There's 4 of them in the set. And I walked into this thrift store and they had 3 of them sitting right there when I walked in, and they were only $3 each. Ah, the angels were singing on me, and I picked them up right away before someone else saw them. When I got home, I went on eBay and looked for the 4th one that was missing, and I had a credit, and I ended up only paying $2 for it. So this was such a deal. I was very excited. So I will show you these now. This is the autumn. And these I just place, I'll show you, I just place them on a little stand on my shelf for the whole season. So all of autumn until after Thanksgiving, this one will sit up there. I'm also decorating a little bit differently this year. I put my trees, I just started putting my trees up last night, and I'm putting the lights on them, but I am not putting any ornaments or other Christmas decor up until after Thanksgiving because I'm really enjoying my fall decor. So it is staying up. Just the trees with the lights, just to give a little bit of ambiance, are getting put up, but no other Christmas stuff until after Thanksgiving. And then I'm gonna leave it up as long as I want. So anyway, this is the autumn plate. This is the winter plate, and I'm so excited to put this one up. It just looks like a lovely little cozy scene. I want to jump into that plate and throw a snowball. Spring. Beautiful. Summer. I am just thrilled that I found those plates, and I just snatched them right up. So that was my first find. Then at the same store, I was looking through the candle aisle because I'm going to be making some homemade candles, and I was looking for some glass votives or different bowls or cups or just beautiful little containers that I could pour wax into for candle making. But I found this little candle plate, and it actually was originally from World Market for $5, and I got it for $1. And it is stone, and I love the design around it. So I picked that up for a little pillar candle to put right on. Get my little bucket here for $1.25. And this is what I'm talking about for baskets. Are great for creating a gift presentation. So I can just put several smaller gifts wrapped into this basket and give it as a gift. I could put a homemade candle or some homemade jam or whatever I decide I'm giving to that person, and put it in here with some tissue paper, and it can just make a beautiful little presentation. And then they have this basket to keep as part of their gift. It has the plastic inside for like a planter. You can make a planter out of it. I actually have one like this that I use for planting, but I thought even if I don't use it as a gift, I have several fake little tabletop trees, like Christmas trees that I could put in there and it can be the base. So I grabbed that one. This is another one that I thought would make this little crock would make a good base for one of, what word am I looking for? Faux Christmas trees. So I got this, and it was another, this was $1, this was $2. I mean, you can't beat these prices if you really look for things. Just such a good deal. And then there are a couple antique shops in my town that I go to every now and again to see what I can find. The prices are a little bit more than the thrift store, but they're still really good. So there I found this little pine cone, and I'm really loving brass. And this actually, the lid comes off and it's like a little container, so I can keep like matches in there. So I thought that was very cute. It's a brass dish, which I can use as a candle stand. Just put a pillar candle on there. Another container that I can use as a base for a Christmas tree. And this was $2. This clock, and I love it, and it works. And I set this up on my bookshelf, and it's just the cutest. I found this bell, and it's an antique bell, and I don't know, I love the sound. Ready? It's so great. It's so loud, but I love the sound of it. It is red, which isn't my favorite, so I might rub and buff this a little bit to give a little brassy gold layer to it. I haven't decided yet, but I'm loving that bell. I'm looking for like different art pieces for Christmas. I did find a big one. It's not holiday related, so I won't show you today, but I'll show you in another video. But this one is, and it's so sweet. It's of the son and the daughter putting up the Christmas tree with the dad, and it's just on this wooden plaque. And I almost didn't buy it because my husband doesn't help put up the Christmas tree. But I still thought it was very sweet, and I decided that I wanted it. The last thing that I found at the antique shop was this set of 3 plates for $12, and they are just beautiful. I bought plate hangers for the back, and one of my grounding colors in my home is black. Black and brown are the two colors that I like, that moodier look. I don't have a Victorian style, but it's kind of a mix between cottage, Victorian, and rustic, but it's moody. I like the dark colors. This is the second one. And the third. This was from Goodwill actually, and it was $3. But I liked the handles on the sides, and I liked the structure of it and the color. Then I went to Home Goods, I went to TJ Maxx, I went to Target and Walmart and picked up some other holiday things. So at TJ Maxx, I found these Christmas tree coasters, which I thought were very cute. This for a candle. And I found this deer, and I just had to have him. I have a little bit of an obsession. And we have deer everywhere. I mean, I remember one winter, I looked out the front window, and there was like 10 of them. It looked like a painting because there was snow everywhere, and they were just walking down the middle of our road, just right in the middle. And just like they just lived in our neighborhood. And it was just the sweetest thing. Anyway, this guy had to come home with me. I found this at Walmart. Another deer. These bells from Target because I wanted to hang them with the stocking. And these are from the Hearth and Hand collection, and they have this green velvety ribbon with them, with the stockings. The last thing is I have an obsession with gift wrapping, and I will search for it every store that I go into. I really like to find gift wrapping that is unique, I guess. I just really enjoy putting like personal touches to wrapping paper and like wrapping gifts. This tissue paper, which was very sort of vintage. It has the deer and the cabins and the pine trees, and that was awesome. At TJ Maxx was this paper that kind of mirrors the tissue paper I just showed you, but it has those gold scenes. And then this is green with gold snowflakes. I don't want to take it all the way off, but there, you kind of see it a little bit better. Home Goods, I found this paper, which just is like a pinstripe. And I really enjoyed that because you can put a velvet ribbon, like a deep burgundy. You can do anything with that. It's just very neutral. Walmart had these different colors in craft paper. So they had like a gold sandy color and then this matte gray black color. So I got those, and then a different trip to Walmart, I saw this wreath paper with like these little gold glitter hints. Why does one need so much wrapping paper? I couldn't tell you, but I like variety, and my daughter helps me wrap gifts, and we both just enjoy like choosing the paper that goes with the person you're gifting to. I don't know. We just like it. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you're getting excited for the holiday season. I hope that you enjoyed this content. I really enjoy watching people decorate their homes and seeing what they find thrifting. So if that's something that you like, please let me know. Or if you don't like it, let me know. I probably will do some more of that just because it's something that interests me. And it really speaks to my intentional living and budgeting and trying not to spend frivolously. So if you can reuse and repurpose things, it just coincides with my whole simple living mantra. So if it's something that speaks to you too, I will definitely be doing some more of that, even though it won't be holiday centric. Hope you guys are doing great. I hope you're excited about the stocking patterns. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrate, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.